views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Hey, everybody. Super welcome. I want to welcome you. For those of you that have been with us for the last hour, I would love to welcome you back. For those of you that are just listening to us now, welcome to the show. It's great to have you all here. I just want to make an announcement. We're very, very excited about, the events that we are doing with the WIN online. And let me tell you a little bit about who they are. For those of you that have been listening to this show, you've definitely heard me talk about, being involved in issues that are affecting women globally. And so part of that is to really take a look at how you can volunteer, what you can do in the world, to bring women together and celebration. And, that's what I want to talk with you about today. I mean, we're thrilled to be sponsoring and part of, the WIN Online organization. And WIN is a women's information network. It is the women's information network. And so what we're doing is there are two events right in our own backyard, right back here. One of the events is, of course, the event that we're talking about in Bellevue. The other one is the event in Tacoma. Both of these events are being put on, and they're global women's summits. Life and Wealth Mastery for Women Worldwide. The WIN motto is, we are women helping women live our best lives. This organization, Paula Fellingham, who is the founder and CEO of the WIN Global and Mentor for Women, she is someone that travels the world, along with many of us, to put these events on. Our vision is to bring life-changing tools to women globally. Whether the event is in Los Angeles or Kenya or India or New Zealand, it doesn't really matter. So we're really honored that we are having two events here. One of them is the 15th, which is the Saturday, for those of you in Tacoma. And I'm going to be speaking about wealth, but I'm going to be speaking about wealth in a very, very different way. I'm so thrilled to be part of this. And we also have a list of people that we are bringing to the forefront to honor. If you've listened to the last show, well, then you've listened to me congratulate Leslie Fontaine on her award. And there are others that I'll share with you that are also recipients of the award. And let me just tell you a little bit about this. There are women right here in our own backyard that have absolutely contributed to the world in ways that we cannot even imagine. Think about an attorney that has dedicated her entire life to helping people become whole. And how does she do this? From her own childhood experience of her family, her mom, being part of lawsuits and not being able to defend herself. And she becomes now a crusader and a warrior for others. Well, how about a naturopath that decided to take on Lyme disease back when it wasn't fashionable in the state of Washington to take on Lyme disease, to provide extraordinary results for people? Or how about a financial planner, somebody and a financial analyst, somebody that has said, look, I know how to help women. I can coach them. I know what it's like to win at the game of life, and let me do that. Or how about a woman that longer than I have been on air decided that there was a new level of consciousness that needed to be brought out across the airwaves and said, yes, I'm going to do that, and bought airtime on a station in Seattle to do it. How about these people? And then what can you say about, someone that decides to start an institute for people to understand the bridge between spirituality and psychotherapy? Or how about somebody that says in life, we can stand up and we can create an organization for women, and that organization is called WOW. We're thrilled about the people that we have nominated for these awards, and we will be presenting them. Dr. Nusheen Darvish, Mary Jane Mack, Medical Intuitive, Leslie Fontaine, Sheer Alchemy, Lynn Brown, Get Into It and Winning at the Game of Life, Victoria Cohen, Soul Suitcase, Brenda Michaels, Intentional Shift, and, of course, the host of Conscious Talk Radio. Daphne Michaels, no relationship, the Daphne Michaels Institute for Personal Development, Christine Upchurch, Stellar Reflections, and the Christine Upchurch Show, Athena Boyer, Peck Boyer Law Group, and then Dr. Wendy Crisafulli, somebody that not only is committed to, taking a message out there, but has also been involved in the public health service, as well as Canine Companions for Independence. And so if you're wondering where the role models are, they are right here in our own backyard. If you cannot make the November 15th event, here's what I want to say. Right in Bellevue, for those of you, there will be a Bellevue event. That will be November 22nd at the Maidenbauer Center, 9 a.m. to 5. I will be speaking at that as well. We're going to have some fun. We're going to get some things moving. Paula will be there. Doreen Cumberford will be there. Many other people will be there. And we want to invite all of you. But we actually want to take it one step further. Write this down. If you want to hang out with us in Bellevue on the 22nd, what I would love to say to you, register, and you have to do this really quickly, folks. Please go and register at The Win Online. And when you go and register at thewinonline.com, type in this code for the event. And it's all caps. It's P as in Pat, F as in freedom, W as in winner, I as in intuition, N as in Nancy, and the number 5. PFWIN 5. All in caps, because we have been able to create an abundant opportunity for those of you that want to come, and we'll have to do this first come, first serve, free of charge.
Do that passcode one more time.
PFWIN 5. P as in Pat, F as in freedom. W as in winner. I as in intuition, N as in Nancy, and the number 5. Boom. There we go. Today's show is also something I'm very, very thrilled about. Great to have John G. Sutton joining us here on the show today. We talk about people and how they take their gifts out into the world. Let's talk about what it takes to truly take a gift out into the world. What is it if you have been given an extraordinary gift, and here you are, and you cannot get away from it no matter how hard you try? Then your psychic world's John G. Sutton. And so today we're going to be talking about England stone circles. Now, for those of you out there that would love to join us and love to get a reading from this phenomenal psychic, and you want to talk to those that have crossed over, we are going to do this really early on in the show. Here's our toll-free number, 1-800-930-2819. 1-800-930-2819. Mr. Benny, why don't we go to a quick break? And when we come back, we're going to bring John right on. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.
If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. If you come around here, I'll make them all day. I get one down in a second if you wait. I fly like paper.
Chris Stanis is a spiritual leader and healer and teaches a course on how you can transform your life through a meditation and healing system that will manifest your spirit's dreams. She manifested the Women of Wisdom Conference, the Women of Wisdom book, and this radio show. And she can show you how to change your life, too. Are you ready? Visit the website and contact her at voicesofwomentoday.com. That's voicesofwomentoday.com.
Tune in each Tuesday at noon Pacific and 3 Eastern on transformationtalkradio.com for the Dr. Julie Show, All Things Connected with Dr. Julie Kroll, featuring weekly segments with David Eisen and the Chakra Sound System. Each week, you will journey through infinite possibilities, expand into social potential, and find beautiful beginnings where endings leave off. Changemakers from around the world will explore what's emergent about the environment, relationships, health, the arts, education, and the evolution of consciousness. Visit thedrjulieshow.com.
Do you know how to achieve wellness in all areas of your life? Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Signs of wellness are a capacity to love and ability to nurture, a sense of purpose, a good sense of humor and plenty of fun in your life, a concern for others and a respect for the environment, a conscious commitment to personal excellence, a sense of balance and integrated lifestyle, and capacity to cope with whatever life presents. Well people enjoy their lives and want them to last as long as possible. That's why the wellness mindset usually accompanies other constructive, healthy lifestyle habits. By adopting a wellness mindset and behaviors like eating well, taking the right nutrition for the body, exercising, and saying affirmations are just a few things to structure a healthy system of values and beliefs. Call us at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. And visit us at MaryJaneMack.com.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
What if there was no right or wrong way to be a great parent? Join Access Consciousness Facilitator Glenna Rice as she and Dr. Pat invite you to be the questionable parents you truly are and empower you to know and give the awareness required to create ease and joy with your children. Join Dr. Pat and Glenna as they focus on parenting for the modern family. Tune in every month to the Dr. Pat Show on air and online at transformationtalkradio.com.
We're making our fame, bonafide hustler, making my name. Sometimes I think sitting on trains. Every step I get to, I'm clocking that game. Everyone's a winner. We're making our fame.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. John G. Sutton is in the house. Before we go to the phones, and I will tell you, we are taking your calls right now. For those of you that would like to connect with John, 1-800-930-2819. But we're also here to talk with John about something phenomenal. England stone circles, John. Is that eerie or what?
It is quite eerie. I mean, they date back 3,000 years or more, and I've been to a great many of these circles, starting mainly with Stonehenge. I used to live about 2 miles from Stonehenge, and I went there many, many times during the time that I was living in Wiltshire, and at the time, you could just walk up to the stones. You didn't have to go through any procedure of booking in or paying somebody to go and visit them. You could actually virtually drive up to the stones. And I went many times, and they have got an absolute presence. it's been scientifically tested that some of these stones, if struck in a certain way by an object, will resonate, so they have a vibration, so they're like a sounding stone. And there are theories that these were used for healing, but it is an absolute fact that they were used as a centre for cremation. And I've been to a number of these stones. One set of stones that I particularly went to was in a place called Castlereg in Cumbria, just outside Keswick. And the stone circle there I went into, and I got a definite vision of groups of people standing around, and in the middle of the stone circle there is just the edge of the stone circle, there is a group of stones, and I'm absolutely sure this is where they performed the final ritual, like the passage, a rite of passage between this world and the next. And they've actually carbon dated these sites through digging underneath them and finding remnants of pottery, and they believe that they date back to virtually 3000 BC, and a group of people called the Beaker people. And they called them the Beaker people because they drank out of beakers, believe it or not, pot beakers, and remnants of these have been found under the stone circles throughout Britain. And cremation was practiced there. But you would wonder why, if this was a place of cremation and like a religious ceremony between this world and the next, why would they have utensils for eating? Well, it's a strange practice, but in Britain they used to have a thing called sin eating. Have you ever heard of that?
No. Tell me. I've heard of binge eating, but never sin eating.
Sin eating consists of the body being laid out, and on top of the body being placed food, drink, and items of food, and they are left to stand overnight. And the sin eater, that's a person who takes on board the sins, performs a ritual in which they eat the food off the body and drink the drink. And then they make like a ritual speech. And one of the ritual speeches goes like this. It goes, "I give easement and rest now to thee, dear man. Come not down the lanes or in our meadows, and for thy peace I pawn my soul." So the sin eater would take all the sins away from the body that would then be cremated and make its peaceful transition between this world and the next. Of course, the sin eater has then got all the sins, and they virtually were shunned by society. But I believe that is why we find fragments of pottery and eating utensils in and around the stone circles of Britain. They're extremely spiritual places. Have you never been?
You know, I am so struck by it. I have to tell you, it's really kind of interesting. As I was looking forward to the conversation with you about this today. I have always had an attraction to stone, large stone. As a matter of fact, when I was on my vision quest out in the desert, I located the only stone, what do we want to call it? The only stone foundation in the middle of the desert, the high desert of California, that was at this particular place. I was drawn to it immediately. I found it, and out of the stone, you can imagine a desert, John, right? And then out of the stone, out of the desert, now we have this stone structure, and then out of the stone was a tree, like a pine tree. And you think, you would think, what? How is that even happening? Well, one of my friends mentioned to me, and he's like an expert. He said the tree could grow because the stone attracts and absorbs any of the moisture and cultivates and grows the tree. But I also have a belief about stone, and maybe you can help me. Right. I have a belief that, the stone people are very, very powerful people, and they also absorb energy. And I don't know if this is true, but even if you're building a stone rock garden in your garden, and you're laying the stones in, and you do it in a way that's not humbling or grateful, that they absorb the energy of that. I wanted to ask you about that. You know, there are so many of these structures in England and, you know, in Scotland, and, you know, and I just wanted to ask you about this. Are they conduits?
I believe that they are. I believe that they're. I mean, there is a theory that they were set into a certain place to actually enable the population to use them as a calendar. But I believe that there is far more than that. I do believe that they resonate with the cosmos, and I'm absolutely sure you're right. In the area of England called the Lake District or Cumbria, if you drive around there, you'll see in many areas gates, and on top of the gates they've got large rocks. They don't have like carved lions or dragons or anything like that. They have just great big large rocks. So I'm absolutely sure that way back, you know, the rocks may very well have been recognized as being part of the passageway between this world and the next. So I'm sure that you're right, that they do form a part of the ability of mankind to actually tune in to the universe. And I'm sure that they are. I mean, at my garden, I've got a gigantic 5-foot by 8-foot rock that's got runic symbols carved into it. And I absolutely believe that protects my house and brings me good luck, and I'm tuned into that, and I very frequently just stand there, just put my hand on that stone and tune in. So yeah, I'm absolutely sure that stones do have a power. If you look at Easter Island, I mean, what on earth would they be dragging these great big stone depictions of heads and sinking them into the landscape? Have you thought about why people would do that?
Not until you just mentioned it. Tell me why.
Well, if I was in charge of an island that had perhaps 2,000 inhabitants and 1,500 of them were men, and it came harvest time and the harvest was in, I'd have to give them something to do. Otherwise, there's going to be trouble.
Yeah. Totally.
So what an idea I would say, okay, we're going to create a massive great stone idol that will bring us good luck, and everybody's working on that. And while they're doing that, they're not causing trouble.
Oh my gosh, that's right. That anything to keep them out of trouble. That's what I like about you, John.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. You know, there's something very powerful about. And you know this, I mean, you know, maybe you can talk to this. All over the globe, you know, we have found stone structures or what we think are stone structures. I mean, do we get any more of a stone structure than the pyramids? I mean, come on. Really?
Well, the pyramids are absolutely still, in effect, are a mystery. You know, they've tried to recreate the building of pyramids and they don't quite know how it's done. But as a child, I used to have visions of the pyramids when I was about 6 or 7 years of age, and I would travel back through time and space and actually be standing there watching these being built. I didn't realize it was the pyramids at the time, but I remember exactly what I saw. It was hundreds and hundreds and maybe thousands of men dragging great stones through the desert from a boat that they'd been brought down on. Now, I assume now that was the River Nile, and what I was seeing was the creation of the pyramids. And whilst this was taking place, I wasn't a little boy of 6 years old. I was a grown man standing there on a platform directing people. So perhaps I was an architect going back 4,000, 5,000 years.
Wow. I love this. John G. Sutton is in the house for those of you out there. Our phone lines are filled, but we are going to get through them very, very quickly when we come back from break. And we'll probably skip the next break so we can get through all of them. You're listening to the Dr. Pat Show, England Stone Circles with Psychic World's John G. Sutton. For more information about John, very, very easy to do. Go to psychicworld.net, check it out. When we come back, we will hop right on the phone. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back with the Dr. Pat Show. Always inspiring and uplifting, Brenda Thine spreads love and light wherever she goes. Enlightening, empowering, and encouraging readings, Brenda connects with your guides, angels, fairies, and loved ones who have crossed over to provide you with the highest guidance possible to enable you to live your highest truth and maximize your potential. Always light-filled, a session with Brenda will have you feeling wonderful, centered, and ready to take on anything. Schedule your session now at BrendaThine.com. That's BrendaThyne.com.
Join Dr. Pat Bcilli for an extraordinary event right here in the Pacific Northwest. The Global Women's Summit, presented by the Women's Information Network, is coming to Tacoma. Join us as we discover life and wealth mastery techniques and promote success and happiness for women worldwide. Saturday, November 15th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Pacific Lutheran University in Tacoma, Washington. Register online now at thewinonline.com and don't miss out.
Tune in to the Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Transformation Talk Radio's amazing hosts span from the Pacific to the Atlantic coast. With a world full of loyal fans, what's stopping you from joining our clan? Bring your powerful message to listening ears. We've been helping people do this for many years. Want to make a difference? We can help you out. Just give us at Transformation Talk Radio a shout. It's easy to get started with an email so small to host at TransformationTalkRadio.com, and then we'll give you a call.
Tune in to the hit show, Get Into It, Winning at the Game of Life with intuitive energy healer and medium Lynn Brown on Transformation Talk Radio. Get ready to bring the magic of soul into every aspect of your life. Learn how to use spirit tools and experience the immediate connection with yourself as a spiritual being with natural spiritual abilities as you are guided on the pathway to success and joy. Visit ruintoit.com. That's the letter R, the letter U, intoit.com, and get into it now.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health. Contact me now at MaryJaneMack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit MaryJaneMack.com.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. For more information about us, go to thedrpatshow.com or transformationtalkradio.com. And I just want to say to everybody out there, if you want to sign up for the event, Bellevue, on November 22nd, just go ahead and go to thewinonline.com and click on Global Women's Summits. And don't forget to punch in the code, because if you punch in the code, then you're going to get a Dr. Pat's special offer. Now, I don't know how many of these are available, so pretty much if you go to try to code and it doesn't work, that probably means that all the codes are gone in the world of codes. And that code, for those of you out there, if you want me to make sure that we've got it all going on in the right way, is very, very easy. It's all full caps, big caps. P is in Pat, F is in Freedom, W is in Window, I is in Intuition, N is in Nancy, and the number 5. Mr. Benny, John G. Sutton in the house. Let's go to the phones.
Yeah, we'll start things off. Well, I believe is it Dio from Linwood? Did I pronounce that right?
Dio.
Oh, thank you, Dio.
Dio.
Thank you.
V is on Victor, I-O, yes.
Oh, Vio.
Yes.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you. Good morning.
Good morning.
My question is, my ex-husband passed away last year, and we've been estranged from each other for about 10 years. He moved to Europe from the United States, and I chose not to go, even though I knew he was going to pass away, and I feel a regret. and not being there.
Okay, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
can you hear me? Yeah. I'm sure that he understands absolutely, yeah, that you made a conscious decision not to go. But spiritually, you were with him, weren't you?
Yes. Yes.
You were definitely with this man, and although he was your ex-husband and you were estranged, yeah, there was still a degree of feeling between you, right through to the end. I feel, yeah. And did he used to communicate with you on a reasonably regular basis?
Not so much.
Okay, because he is going to do now. Let me tell you that.
Great.
Yeah?
Great.
He is going to communicate with you, and he is going to, and there's something to do with ringing a bell, yeah?
Oh.
Ringing a bell. In the middle of the night, have you woken to hear a bell? I mean, like a ding, not like something that, like not an alarm clock, yeah? But like a bell ringing. He says he's going to ring a bell, yeah? Don't know why, yeah? But he said they're going to ring a bell for you, yeah? And at his funeral, do you know if they sang the 23rd Psalm, or do you not know what happened at his funeral?
There was a very beautiful ceremony with many priests involved, and I'm not sure what was, because it was in Europe, the ceremony. So I'm not sure what as far as what the church had planned for that.
All right, but as I'm speaking to you, I hear somebody talking to me about the 23rd Psalm, the Lord's my shepherd, I shall not want, yeah? And I feel that he's made the transition. I don't think he was a particular devout man, but he knows now that his belief was right, and that there is absolutely life after death, and he has not...
Right.
He is not lost. He has found his path, and to a certain extent, he regrets what happened between you. You know.
Oh.
But you knew that for a long time. I feel.
Yes.
And I know that he does send his love. Listen, you keep changing your pillows, don't you?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow.
He keeps watching. He says, "Why don't you get some proper ones?" when you were living together, were you always the same? Changing your pillows?
Were you always changing your pillows, Vio?
Well, I do change them quite often, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I find some more comfortable than others, and I choose them.
All right. Well, yeah. Who knew? Hidden secrets. We should call that the title of the show then, right?
Yeah, perhaps so. Yeah. Listen, he's watching over you. He's absolutely certain that you're going to be fine. And the message is, don't worry about your health.
Oh, thank you.
Have you been worried?
Thank you so much.
Don't worry.
All right, thank you.
You're going to be perfectly fine. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Vio. Thank you.
Have
Thank you. Yeah, that's interesting. I need to change my pillows, John. Maybe that's
really?
Yeah, that's a message for me. Maybe I need to do that quickly. Mr. Benny.
Carol from Manchester, Washington is joining us.
Manchester, Washington. Carol, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
Lots of people don't know where Manchester is, so it's East Port Orchard, in case anybody wants to know.
East Port Orchard?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Very nice.
Okay,
I didn't know where it was.
Pat.
Hi.
Hi, John.
How can we help you today?
Well, I'd like to see if there's any insight that John can provide regarding my present employment, and possibly that's affecting something astrologically, or they're connected somehow.
So you reckon you actually believe in astrology, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I believe in astrology myself. I mean, I'm born under the sign of Leo, which is quite a dynamic individual, and I've always been rather theatrical. So, to a certain extent, I do fit the typical description of a Leo. But don't you weigh everything up, Carol?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's a very Libran trait. Yeah. You want to know about your employment. Are you actually a manager now?
No, I'm not. No.
Mm-hmm. Because you should be a manager. Are you with me? You've been a manager in the past.
Well, I've been in positions of responsibility as a teacher and in that line of work. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. But you should be like head of year or in charge of training or something like this, because that is your next step forward, I believe. Yeah. And I do believe that you've got an assessment coming up.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, because there's some way that you're going to be assessed by the people that are employing you, and it's going to be suggested that you take a slightly different route into being managed or management. Are you with me? And I'm absolutely sure that you are going to get this. Do you have a pet, Carol?
Yes, I do. I have a cat. Mm-hmm. I've always had cats for many years.
But you talk to this cat, don't you?
Oh, yes. And he talks back.
Yeah, but, I mean, you actually talk in English to the cat, don't you? And the cat answers back in cat language. But the cat actually believes that it's getting the message through to you, yeah?
I think so. Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, no, the cat does. Have you allowed this cat to sleep on your bed?
Yes.
Because it absolutely loves sleeping on your bed, you know.
Yes, he sleeps at the very end of my bed.
Yeah, but when you wake up in the morning, do you sometimes wake up and see the cat just staring at you?
Once in a while. He'll come up to me and try to get under the covers or something, yeah.
When the cat does that, it's got a message for you that things are changing, yeah?
Oh, okay.
That things are changing, yeah? You split up from a man in the past?
No, I haven't split up with anybody for a long time.
Okay. It's just talking to me about something that's split up from a long time, but I believe that you're happy now, yeah? And the cat is happy, yeah?
Yes.
The cat is happy. What you've got to get right is your employment, yeah? And
I think so, yeah.
Whilst you think that you're not going to get promotion, you are going to get promotion. You've got to believe that. There's some kind of course that they're going to put you on. I don't know if it's a management course or an executive course or whatever it is, but you've got to take this course as a form of assessment whereby you're called in and you're seen. And when they ask you, do you want to do this, you must say that you want to do it. And it's early next year, around about January. So if you've been thinking of changing your position, don't do it yet. Wait and see what they've got to say. And by January, I'm absolutely sure that you've been made an offer. And your cat does like to go outside, you know.
Well, he's not supposed to.
Yeah, but he wants to go outside.
I know. He's run out the door a few times, and I had to go chase him.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this cat looks outside and it wants to go and play. Anyway, you just tell your cat you're doing what's best for the cat, yeah? And believe me, the cat's right. Yeah, it should be going outside, but if you can't let it outside, that's up to you, Carol. But I'm absolutely sure that by the time we get to January, the offer for extending your employment is on the table, and you've got to say yes. All right?
Okay.
All right.
That sounds good.
Thank you very much, Carol.
Thank you. Mr. Benny, let's go to a break, and when we come back, what we can do is then we'll hit the phones up. Okay. Or I
can do it. No, just give me one more minute.
John, can you just take a minute, if you could, and let people know how they can schedule full sessions with you?
Right, you just get through on the internet and have a look at my website, which is psychicworld.net. And on there, you can see at the top, there's an ability to book a reading with me. We can do it over Skype, or we can do it by telephone. Either way, and we'll set a time and date to suit both yourself and myself, because obviously I am in England. Right at the moment in England, it's 22:08 in the evening, and it's nice and early in the morning there, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, all of the above. John G. Sutton in the house. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to hit the phones up for those of you out there that have tried to call in and the lines were filled. Well, we got a spot or two here we may be able to get in. 1-800-930-2819. Everybody, let me just say to you, we will be right back.
This is going out to the whole wide west side. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Break it down for me.
Are you ready to experience the power of 3, the power of being mentally, physically, and spiritually fit? We tend to think in this society that we have to choose one, and that to live in balance with all 3 is taboo or impossible. Lynn Brown will show you how to combine these energies to give you ease and power that is out of this universe. Lynn's workshop will be held at the Maya Whole Health Center studio in Renton, Washington on November 22nd from 5 to 7 p.m. Call them directly to register at 425-271-0200.
Artie Hoffman is the hottest psychic with the warmest heart and the host of the hit show Angels and Answers. A renowned psychic, medium, spiritual life coach, and an entertaining motivational speaker, Artie has helped over 15,000 people with his amazing intuitive gifts, his passion, and his humor. Call 877-ANGEL-02 to schedule a personal reading or to have your own psychic Artie party. That's 877-ANGEL-02. And visit artiehoffman.com and Angels and Answers on Facebook.
Tune in to Heart Center Talk Radio with David Christopher Lewis, a gifted clairaudient, Aquarian spiritual author, and talented musical composer on TransformationTalkRadio.com every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, with delivering more than 4,000 messages from angels, masters, and divine beings. David will share the Ascended Masters' teachings, insights, and surprising revelations to light bearers. Meet transformative guests who embody change and inspire hope and get a refreshing and deeply meaningful perspective on life.
If you're one of the millions of Americans suffering from anxiety, you probably know how powerless and out of control this emotion can make you feel. This is why it is so important to remember that anxiety is created by your mind, which means that you can learn to use your mind to uncreate it. Hello, my name is Dr. Friedman Schaub. My award-winning book, The Fear and Anxiety Solution, provides you with a step-by-step breakthrough process to understand and resolve the root causes of your anxiety and build a solid foundation of confidence and inner peace. If you're ready to take your power back, visit thefearandanxietysolution.com. That's thefearandanxietysolution.com, or call 866-903-6463. That's 866-903-MIND.
Ascended Master Sabrina says, create your world like a child playing in a sandbox. Join Wendy R. Wolf on Monday evening, November 24th, 6:30 to 9 p.m. Near Seattle Center at the Blue House. Sabrina is a graceful, childlike master who can teach us how to create our life and our world with freedom and ease. Visit HealGrowShine.com to find out how you can come play for free. That's HealGrowShine.com.
Don't look now.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. For more information about us, and if you want more information about the upcoming women's event, go to our Facebook page, Facebook, The Dr. Pat Show, Twitter, The Dr. Pat Show. We're going to be posting the code and everything else there, so go ahead and do that. John G. Sutton is in the house, and boy, we have got some people waiting, Benny, so let's try to get as many folks in as we can.
We'll take Jackie calling in from Monroe. Jackie, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi. Hi, Pat. Hi, Hi, John. I'm so thrilled to be able to talk to you.
Yay.
My question for you is, do you see in the near future me being able to attract a romantic relationship, a healthy, happy, positive relationship?
Okay, let me have a look at that, Jackie. I'm sure that you are going to succeed with that, but you keep looking back, don't you, and thinking, well, what went wrong there? So you've got to stop
that.
I did.
I broke up with someone, and I've often thought maybe we would get back together.
You've got to stop that, Jackie. You've got to look ahead, and I'm absolutely sure that you will do that. Give me a second here, yeah. If I go back some time with you, has there been? Oh, do you know if there's any links to Texas?
No, not really.
Because I feel there's going to be a man who links to Texas, yeah? But specifically to Houston. He won't be in Houston now. He will have come from Houston, yeah? But I know that you like tall men, Jackie, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because this is going to be a tall Texan man. But you also like educated men, yeah? Are you also keen on education yourself?
Yes.
Because I do feel he will be in some way working in academia, either as a lecturer or as a teacher, but not at junior level, at university level. So I think it's more of a university. And also, as I'm speaking to you, are you familiar with the subject of sociology?
A little bit, yes.
I feel that he's going to be involved in the sociology, the science of society. And I do know that you are going to find this a very interesting man. And also, immediately ahead, have you got any plans to go to New York?
Not now, right now, no.
But you have had connections in New York in the past, I know, because there's some journey that you're going to be making into New York early in the new year, but you won't be making that on your own. Let me tell you that. You've got to stop looking back. The right way is to look forward. You will connect. It's through an academic circle that you do this, yeah? And also, Jack, have you been thinking of writing a book?
No, not really.
because there's definitely something to do with writing a book here, yeah? Setting it down, and this guy is going to help you in some way, because I do feel that he has got that facility, and I'm sure that he has had papers and books published in the past. Jackie, your health's fine. You're certainly a young-looking lady. You mustn't look back, because what lies ahead is going to be happiness and good fortune. But you've got to believe in yourself, because you're forever waking up at 4 a.m. and with your head full of doubt. That's correct, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
But don't do that, because if you doubt yourself, then other people will doubt you. But don't doubt yourself. Believe absolutely that you can do this, that you can connect, and I'm absolutely certain that you will. And there's something that you're doing different with your hair as well, and that is going to help your self-belief. Because I know that all that you need now is self-belief and an absolute understanding that isn't backwards, it's forwards, and that you will connect. And also, I hear a name, and the name is Jack. Yeah, and I know that you're Jackie, but this man will be known as Jack, and his real name will be John. Do you know a John currently?
No, not that I can think of right off. I know people associated with work and stuff that are named John. And it's funny you should say a Texan, because I've been joking with my sister that I really want a tall cowboy.
Well, Jackie, you're going to meet a tall Texan, yeah? And I believe his name will be John, and people will call him Jack, because it's like a shortening of the name of John. Yeah, so, and I believe he's from Houston, and he's an academic, and I'm absolutely sure you look out for that, you will connect, and you will have a happy future ahead. And this trip to New York you will not make on your own, yeah? Have you been collecting dolls in the past, Jackie?
Dolls?
Because I can see a little doll.
No.
All right.
No, but I do collect rocks, and when you were talking about rocks, I find heart-shaped rocks, so I don't know.
You find heart-shaped rocks. Oh, right. There's something to do with like a bisque-headed doll, like an antique doll that you're going to get. And I do feel that's something to do with New York. You're going to have a wonderful time there. The new year is absolutely right, and I'm absolutely certain that you are going to make this happen. Just don't look back, and success is there for you, Jackie.
All right.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks, Jackie. Thank you. I think we have time, Mr. Benny, for one more, perhaps.
Sure. We'll take Ann calling in from Virginia.
Hi, Ann.
Hi, Pat. Dr. Pat, how are you?
Good, Ann. How are you doing in Virginia?
I'm doing well. It's getting a little cold here, but it's really nice still.
That's what I heard. How can we help you today?
Well, hello, Mr. Sutton. How are you?
Oh, fine, thank you, Ann. Yeah. Do you have a question that you'd like to ask us?
Yes, my question is, I've been working on myself on a spiritual journey. There's one thing that I tend to still do, and my family has pointed this out to me, and I know I haven't, is an instant reaction to things. Sometimes it's new things, sometimes it's old things, sometimes it's becoming defensive, and that seems to be a life pattern that I've had. And I'm trying to figure out if you have any ideas or any different maybe messages from any of my spirit guides.
And listen to me, yeah? Because you're sensitive, yeah? Your channels are open. Yeah. And I do not feel that you are closing down. At the end of each day, you must close your channels down. Do you do that?
Not all the time, no.
All right, okay. That would be one reason that it's just building up and building up and building up. You've got to close your channels down. What's happening is when you're coming into contact with, say, an item that's been handled by somebody who's particularly stressed, then it'll be like a form of psychometry, and it will hit you like an electric shock. Are you with me? So that all your being is suddenly wired up to their tension. And you've got to be able to stop that. You've got to be able to control it. The way to do it is to imagine yourself being wrapped in a white light, closing yourself up, and nothing can then penetrate it. Then imagine that there's a brick wall in front of you. Nothing can come through that. You must do that at the end of each day. And there are various rituals that you can use. What you need to do is to concentrate on meditation. Have you actually been meditating?
Yes, I have.
Well, meditation will do it, but at the end of the meditation, you've got to be ready to do either work or close it down. Because if you just leave it open and get on with your day-to-day things, you will find that situations hit you, other people's tensions, other people's power, other energies come bouncing in, and the next thing you know, you're reacting to that. Have you found yourself becoming quite angry with some people?
Sometimes. I know I'm very much an empath. I'm an emotional sponge, and I take things on immediately. I'm a very good listener, but I also I take things on and I give people a chance to talk. Yes.
Well, they will do that. They'll give you, then you've got their troubles as well as your own. What you need to be doing is looking at channeling your powers to healing other people. And I feel that you can do that. And one of the ways that you can do that is by either working as a psychic or working as a counsellor. But I feel that your psychic powers are going to take control of that and put you into the pathway that you work as a psychic. If you need to know how to do that, you can get through to me on my website, psychicworld.net. Just send me an email, john@psychicworld.net, and I'll get back to you, Anne, because I do feel it's important. And you've got a lot to bring to the world. You've got a gift there that really is developing. And I do feel that if you can control that, then you will be able to help a lot of people. Does that make some sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and can I say something to you real quick, what I learned along the way? One of the things I learned, I'm kind of like you, I'm a little spongy. And for most of my life, I was like a crazy person. Meaning that I did respond to things. Now, the good part of that was my response meant that I took myself down to Atlantic City, burned bras, marched on Washington, did a whole bunch of those things when I was a kid, right? As you get older, it doesn't look so pretty. And so what I realized in what John is saying is that we can be empaths, but we also need to leave our judgments and our attachments to outcome behind. Because that's the thing that gets us in trouble. You know, we can listen really well and be empathetic to people, but the minute that we have a judgment about what somebody else should do or how they should do it, that's where I get in trouble. And so that's been, for me, learning how to have expectations but not attachments, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And, it's funny, when you can learn that, then people do the same to you. They don't have attachments as to how they want you to behave either.
Interesting.
I know.
It's almost like perfection. It's almost like you're trying to be perfect.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way I'm going to be perfect. You know what I mean?
No, none of us are.
Think about it.
No.
All of the ascended masters, all of them, really, both male and female, There isn't a single one that could demonstrate perfection. Not a one. Think about that.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Ann. John, what a great show. Please let folks know.
I enjoyed it too.
Yeah, let folks know again how to find out more about you.
Just go on the internet and look at psychicworld.net. There's plenty of ability there to contact me. Read my blog.
Yeah.
There's over 100,000 words there. Read my blog on psychicworld.net and contact me, and we'll sort out a time and date if you want to speak to me personally on a one-to-one basis.
Yeah, and John will be back next month. Pretty much I think he'll be by himself, though, and that's okay. And all of you out there, remember, you can go to Facebook, The Dr. Pat Show, or Twitter, The Dr. Pat Show, and you will see our posting on the upcoming events. All right, everybody, make yourselves a phenomenal, stone intuitive day. We'll see you next time.
Chris Stanis is a spiritual leader and healer and teaches a course on how you can transform your life through a meditation and healing system that will manifest your spirit's dreams. She manifested the Women of Wisdom Conference, the Women of Wisdom book, and this radio show. And she can show you how to change your life too. Are you ready? Visit the website and contact her at voicesofwomentoday.com. That's voicesofwomentoday.com.
Tune in each Tuesday at noon Pacific and 3 Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com for the Dr. Julie Show, All Things Connected with Dr. Julie Kroll, featuring weekly segments with David Eisen and the Chakra Sound System. Each week, you will journey through infinite possibilities, expand into social potential, and find beautiful beginnings where endings leave off. Changemakers from around the world will explore what's emergent about the environment, relationships, health, the arts, education, and the evolution of consciousness. Visit thedrjulieshow.com.
Do you know how to achieve wellness in all areas of your life? Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Signs of wellness are a capacity to love and ability to nurture, a sense of purpose, a good sense of humor and plenty of fun in your life, a concern for others and a respect for the environment, a conscious commitment to personal excellence, a sense of balance and integrated lifestyle, and capacity to cope with whatever life presents. Well people enjoy their lives and want them to last as long as possible. That's why the wellness mindset usually accompanies other constructive, healthy lifestyle habits. By adopting a wellness mindset and behaviors like eating well, taking the right nutrition for the body, exercising, and saying affirmations are just a few things to structure a healthy system of values and beliefs. Call us at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. And visit us at MaryJaneMack.com.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
What if there was no right or wrong way to be a great parent? Join Access Consciousness Facilitator Glenna Rice as she and Dr. Pat invite you to be the questionable parents you truly are and empower you to know and give the awareness required to create ease and joy with your children. Join Dr. Pat and Glenna as they focus on parenting for the modern family. Tune in every month to the Dr. Pat Show on air and online at TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pat. I'd like to share with you a recipe directly from my friends at DeLeo's Cafe website. Try this barbecue lamb marinade and DeLeo's miso marinade. Get your lamb shoulder cut into cubes and put into a deep dish. Add salt and pepper to taste, then fresh garlic. Yum! 3 tablespoons of olive oil and 6 tablespoons of Galeos Miso sesame seed dressing marinade and leave overnight in the refrigerator. The Galeos Miso dressing will bring out the best taste of the lamb and make it very, very tender. Then you can barbecue the next day. This recipe is directly from Chef Andre himself, so we know it's going to be delicious. For more information and to order your dressing today, visit GaleosCafe.com. That's GALEOS Cafe.com. Or ask for the dressings at your local grocery store. Remember, shipping is free.